Now loading podcast, period.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podcast Period, the internet's stupidest podcast. My name is Ben, and with me today, of course, as always, and whatever things I can say right before I say his name, David.
You do this differently every single time, and I have no idea when you're going to actually shut up for a second.
That's the point. I gotta keep you on your toes, David. I can't let you slip into mediocrity or anything like that.
Okay. Is that what it is?
That's what it is, yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that.
If I didn't keep you on your toes, this show would be a lot more boring.
I'll buy that explanation. I don't know if I believe it, but I'll let it pass.
Well, at the top of the show, I do just want to mention, since I neglected to do it last time, even though I meant to, we are part of the Nerdgasm podcast network now. So, not last episode, no. I mentioned it before the recording. I said I wanted to do it at the top of the episode, and then I completely forgot about it because we were... what were we talking about last episode? It was Rise of Skywalker, wasn't it?
Yes. No,
not last episode. What were we talking about last episode? I don't remember. But
it's been a while since we've recorded, guys, if you can't tell.
Yeah, obviously. Anyway, yeah, so we're a part of the Nerdgasm podcast network now. I do want to mention that that doesn't mean that we've got any changes coming to the show as far as our format or anything like that. The only thing that we've got is the bumper at the beginning and the bumper at the end. So we're really grateful to those guys for partnering with us and getting the word of Podcast Period out to a little bit more people than it would normally go out to. And yeah, that's it. Now we're gonna go on to the regular show that you guys know and tolerate. I was wondering when that would sink in for you. Okay, so for topics, I've got a few. Obviously, David's got a few. The first one that I've got is about everyone's favorite Chinese cell phone company, Huawei. They have become, well, they were in 2019, the number 2 global smartphone vendor right behind Samsung. They sold 240.6 million units, and Samsung sold 298.1 million units. So they're still right around 58 million units behind, but still. They're also a good 42 million units above Apple, so that's saying something, considering how big Apple's market share used to be. It's hard to say, I think, exactly what's going to happen this year, though, because I think that number's really going to be hurt without them being able to ship any new phones out with the Google, with the Android operating system, because they did manage to get out one phone last year, like right before the ban that happened, that had the Google operating system, which I'm sure, helped their whole situation there. But now they've got the issue of not having access to that and having to try to market this like third-party operating system, which, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't really trust it, considering it's coming from a Chinese company, and God knows that the government over there has their hands in everything. So, I don't know. What do you think?
I wonder how much people are actually going to care, though, because while it may not be a big launch over here, they may not get traction over here, the majority of the new adopters are going to be either people in China or people in India. I feel like the cell phone market is saturated, at least in Western countries at this point. And I feel like there's a lot of people who have adopted the platform they're going to stick to. And for those who have chosen Apple, there's nothing Huawei is going to offer that is going to make them ditch the Apple train, because they are too far into their Kool-Aid at this point to change to anything Android based. Huawei has no chance.
I'm sure there's going to be a few people that switch over, because I'm hearing a lot more nowadays, especially with the whole like repair scandal thing happening with Apple. I'm thinking more and more people are going to make the switch, because I mean, I'm not saying that repairing an Android phone is necessarily going to be cheaper or easier, but you do have a lot more options than, going to the Apple Genius bar and paying like $300 to have your screen replaced. So
Gotcha. I wish I'd picked that topic, because there was an article that I'd read, or at least the headline. I didn't actually delve into the article itself, but and I have an article that somewhat supports this theory that I have.
Mm-hmm.
There was something about Android is actually somehow more secure than Apple and iOS these days. And while I didn't actually delve into that specific thing, there is one that I have that I wanted to bring it up, because there's a drop in support for older Android devices, but where they make the cutoff is way older than where they made the cutoff in iOS. So I'm wondering if that's maybe leading credence to that. But we'll get into that later.
It could be, because I mean, people nowadays are less apt to upgrade their phones, considering they're paying close to like $800-900 if they're buying a flagship phone.
Yeah, disgusting amounts.
Yeah, so I can definitely see why somebody wouldn't want to upgrade their phone for like 5 years, if not more than that.
Yeah,
it makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Okay, well, yeah. So as far as Huawei goes, like I said, I don't know. You're right. You're right about the whole Chinese market thing, but the U.S. market does have a bit to do with that, I think. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah,
it's really hard to say. I think you're right. It's not going to help at all.
No,
losing the ability to run Android, because that's a familiar platform for a lot of people around the world. I'd be really hard tempted to trust being on the Android team of things and just leaving out Apple people altogether, whether or not they'd make the switch because they're too far into their Kool-Aid, or they're actually willing to give something else a try. I don't know if I would trust anything that come out of China either.
Yeah, I mean, we both have seen like the Linus Tech Tip videos where they've brought in the Chinese TVs, and those are already like crazy.
What is this?
Yeah, it's like I don't even like the kick-proof TV that they had. I literally had an ad baked in when they turned it on.
Oh, I haven't watched that one yet.
It didn't even have it connected to the internet, and it showed an ad for a Buick.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bad. Not even just that, but like I said, the whole the Chinese government, the communism and everything over there. Ugh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They're definitely not the most transparent of countries. That's for sure.
No, not at all. Anyway, so what do you got?
So my first topic, there was a tiny series of Twitter blast that had gone out today. The Fox News host, a lot of them anyways, went off on Roku because there's some kind of heated carriage dispute going on. Like, it's very familiar for those who have cable and, you know, DirecTV or Time Warner, or somebody gets into it and they stop carrying these channels or that channel or blah blah blah.
Yeah,
well, I guess Roku and Fox are doing the same thing, which is the first time I've seen it happen on a streaming platform, or streaming device. So I'm kind of worried about that, seeing that now this is happening to streaming things. What else is it going to happen to? Because Disney and Amazon almost didn't make their app onto the Fire Sticks because I guess they were having disputes about it or something.
Yeah.
So it kind of worries me that they're doing that, but I guess they completely eliminate all the Fox apps on the Roku devices today. And it just happened today, so it very well could be resolved by the time this episode goes out next week, or it could be like delving deeper and deeper into turmoil. But Sean Hannity had tweeted out, "Why is Roku threatening to take away Fox News app? We don't know either. Tell Roku, hands off your device and to put you ahead of their business interest." And then Laura Ingraham went on basically the same rant. "Oh, this stinks. Just got Roku in 2 rooms, but now they're threatening to take away our Fox News app. Joining me by telling Roku, hands off our devices and please put their customers first." And those were both this morning at like 9 and 10 o'clock this morning. So, interesting. Roku decided to tweet out, "Our agreement to distribute Fox channels expires today, and Fox has declined to come to an agreement. Rest assured you can still watch the big game on other Fox programming in many ways on the Roku platform." So they're talking about the Super Bowl game coming up. So there might be a lot of people that can't watch that if this is the only way they can do it, but whatever. I'm sure by Sunday they'll probably have it figured out. Or it could go on for weeks.
I very much doubt it. Yeah, who knows? I mean, in all reality, unless you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're going to have some other way to pick up the Super Bowl. Like, seriously. Unless you are literally out in the desert somewhere, you can use, like, an antenna.
Yeah.
You can use like 1,000 other streaming apps that I'm sure will also be streaming the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So
I ESPN Plus. That's probably a good way to
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. But I can understand where they're coming from with this. Personally, I don't really care for Fox News, but yeah, I was reading through this, and it seems like it's coming down to more of like an ad dispute, because this is it looks like their actual streaming boxes is not how Roku makes most of their money. It looks like it's a lot of advertising. Yeah. So I mean, it makes sense. Do I agree with it? Not really. Like I said, I don't particularly care for Fox News or anything like that. I think they're a bunch of blowhards, but
just like the other side.
Yeah.
Anybody that gets their media through mainstream media, you either too far left or you're too far right. There is no middle, and it's disgusting. Not on mainstream media. No, if you're watching CNN or if you're watching Fox, you're getting the same blowhard crap, just one way or another. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter is, Roku took it off because of the ad sales. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily agree with that. I understand it, but there's nothing that we can do. So, if you're looking to watch the Super Bowl, you can go buy an antenna or go over to somebody's house that has cable or whatever.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. So all right. So next what we've got is a little bit more news about Big Brother over there in the UK. It looks like London is getting ready to deploy live facial recognition to find wanted faces in a crowd. So this is like if you got a warrant out for your arrest, that kind of thing. These cameras are going to be like scanning faces and matching them up against the database that they've got running in the background, I guess. Interestingly enough, it looks like it's coming from NEC, which David and I both know from working at Walmart. All their cash registers that they have there. I'm not honestly 100% sure how I feel about this. It's one thing to scan the faces of a crowd for, like, if they're just scanning it for, like, the wanted thing, but this could easily turn into, we're going to scan everybody's faces so we have a record of where you're going at all times. Because, I mean, who's to say that the police force couldn't just, hook this facial recognition program up to the DMV registration or something like that, It could easily be used for malicious intent, I guess you could say. So I appreciate the sentiment, but at the same time, I don't like the way that they're going about it. I don't think.
I don't know how I feel about any of this, because on the one hand, it's out in public, so there's really no expectation of privacy.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that, because I don't like Big Brother getting into everything. But it's also out in public, so what can you really do about it? Now, can you maybe put a hold on this type of stuff and say, there's something about this like a week or two ago, but I can't remember who proposed it or where they were proposing it at, but they were talking about putting like a 5-year halt on this type of development where they have facial recognition technology being deployed into systems like this, and just put a halt on that and say, okay, you can't deploy this. We're not saying you can't work on this, but you can't continue to deploy things like this and build up the technology. So you can work on it in the background, but you can't use it out in the real world. Well, if they can't use it out in the real world, then how are they actually going to improve the technology?
Yeah.
So if you support something like that, then the other side of that could be, well, the people that signed on to halting it are playing by one set of rules. But what's that going to do for those who aren't agreeing to this? They're using their technology out in the world, and they somehow get a jump start. And it could be the good guys following one set of rules, and the bad guys are running a totally different playbook, and they somehow get ahead. What do you do about that? Now the wrong people have the technology in their hands, and the good guys can't do anything about it because they decided, we were just going to sit on our butts for like 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. Things like this, it seems like a really good idea. If it can catch somebody really fast, then okay, cool. But
yeah, see,
what
that's
does
why
it do if it what happens if it misidentifies somebody?
Yeah.
Then you start ruining lives.
That's why I would be in favor of it, because it definitely could help, find somebody that was on the run or something like that.
Exactly.
But like you said, if it misidentified somebody, or again, if somebody started using it for purposes other than what it was originally designed for, it could go sideways real quick.
It really could. It really could. So, this is one of those things. I think the benefits outweigh the risk involved.
Yeah,
and I could see it being a benefit, and I'd be okay with it. I'm not happy with it, but I don't have to be happy to see that it's a potentially really good idea.
Yeah.
As long as it's not being put into private places where it should not be involved with.
Yeah.
then okay, fine, do whatever. Especially over there, because they got CCTV all over the place over there anyways.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
yeah.
that's kind of normal for them at this point. They're totally accustomed to it.
Yeah.
Whereas at least here in the States, it's not. It's not.
Yeah,
as widespread.
We're not surveilled as heavily. At least not out in not walking around on the street. Definitely if you're like in a store or whatever.
Yeah.
But that I think is to be more expected over here because of you have shoplifting everywhere, but here too. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I've said my piece about it. I just. I don't know. I don't like the possibilities that this could have, but it also has, like you said, it has the possibility to do some good too. So, yeah. All right, what else you got?
Alrighty, so let's talk about WhatsApp. Their messaging service is set to stop supporting millions of smartphones by February 1st. Now, I don't understand where they get millions from unless there's this many people that are really running outdated software, but
I think the thing. Whoa. Hold on. Okay. Well, I don't.
Are you looking at what I think you're looking at?
Yeah, the Android 2.3.7.
Yes. Okay, so this kind of leads into what I wish I'd read into now, whether or not they say Android is actually more secure than iOS.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
WhatsApp is cutting off support for Android devices running 2.37 and older.
Which
we are on Android 10.
Yeah.
Android 2.
Android 2 is what, 2010 or something like that?
It's like a decade old. I wasn't even running devices that were on Android 2.3. Android 3.0 is Honeycomb. And that was like a tablet-only design. And then the next big thing was 4, which was the ice cream sandwich days, and that's kind of when it started to really take off, and that's when I got involved with it.
I remember Android 4. Yeah,
this is so old. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then they're stopping at iOS 8.
Mm-hmm.
iOS 8 is actually not that old.
No, they're on what iOS? Well, they're on iOS 13, I think now.
So at most,
and if they have a new version coming out,
7 years,
6 or 7 years, yeah,
versus closer to 10.
Yeah,
and I think there's a lot more people that would be okay running a device running iOS 8 than Android 2.3.7. Because
but I think what you're leaving
a lot cleaner. And it's still usable and functional today.
Yeah.
Android 2.3 is garbage, and nobody.
I think what you're leaving out is that a lot of third world countries, like India and whatnot,
and
they still have a lot of cheapo depot Android phones, and that's a lot of. I've heard a lot of them use WhatsApp over there. So,
is that just because here in the States we've had SMS for so long that a lot of people never made the switch?
Yeah, it could be.
And everybody in newer and developing countries that have not had the same technology for the same amount of time went to messaging services straight to them, like WhatsApp and stuff like that, where they never even bothered.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Because I was reading an article the other day saying something about SMS is dead. And there was people making comments on it. What are you talking about? That's all I've used.
Yeah.
Am I old? Am I old?
I mean,
we're both 25. Are we old because we still use SMS?
Even the Google RCS is still built on top of SMS.
Which is it's the same thing. It's texting.
Yeah.
It's not going through WhatsApp. It's not going through Facebook. Are we old because we use this? Like,
I mean,
what?
I don't know. I didn't think that was like a thing. I didn't know I was supposed to get rid of texting.
I didn't think I was either. I mean, I know some people think that Facebook Messenger is more convenient. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's a way to get a hold of people. And every so often, we'll somehow have a conversation that creeps up on it just because it's a little bit more convenient to share things that way.
Yeah.
But we still regularly go back to texting. So are we just old? Everybody I know, that's the way we communicate. I don't have anybody that does WhatsApp that like strictly uses that or strictly uses Facebook.
I don't think I have anybody I know that I strictly use a messaging service for. Well, I take that back. I do know people that I exclusively message through Discord, but I feel like that's a little bit different.
I feel
WhatsApp
like that's a
is
little
like
bit different too.
WhatsApp is like specifically for messaging, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Discord you can use for like voice calls and everything. I mean, it was what we're using to record the podcast right now. So
exactly, and I feel like that's different because it's just I can't explain it, but it is different.
Yeah,
for sure. So
yeah,
it's like,
it's
wow,
still,
okay.
That's crazy though. 2.3.7.
Yeah,
that is insane.
So it was the fourth most downloaded app of the decade in 2017.
That is ridiculous.
Holy cow. So it's not even been that, which is amazing that it still supported this.
I know.
Because we were on like 6 or 7 in 2017. Actually, no, a little bit further. Well, okay, it takes a while for a lot of things to get updated, so
yeah.
I could see a lot of 4s and 5s still.
7. Yeah.
But, jeez, the fact that they even supported it back that far is amazing.
Yeah, I know. When did WhatsApp come out? All right, hold on. I'm going to do some Google searching here. WhatsApp release date. Okay, so WhatsApp came out in May 3rd, 2009. And then,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Android 2.3.7 release date. 2.3.7. Oh, wow. So WhatsApp did come out before 2.3.7. It was 2.3.7 was December 6, 2010.
Okay, we were right about the 9-10 years part.
Yeah. That's crazy, though.
I didn't think WhatsApp was that old, but...
No, neither did I. That is crazy.
That's just about the time I actually got a smartphone, so I guess, I don't know. It makes sense.
Maybe you were using 2 without thinking about it.
Maybe
Maybe you weren't paying attention.
What is 2.3.7? What's the code name?
Honeycomb, I think.
Is it? Well, then
Yeah.
I didn't start using it until Gingerbread was my first experience.
Okay.
And I forget what the number is for it, but Gingerbread's my first Android experience.
I think Gingerbread was 3.
And boy, oh boy, did Ice Cream Sandwich make things a lot better.
Yeah, let me tell you, I think I'm glad I got into the smartphone game a little bit later, because oof.
The first few years were kind of rough, let me tell you.
Yeah. Hoo boy. Okay. So yeah, that is that's crazy that oh my god, it's crazy that they're still supporting an operating system that's 10 years old.
Right.
Okay, so next we've got an interesting little article from Ars Technica. So everybody knows about the coronavirus that's going on in China that has apparently been spreading everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've already got cases here in the States. In the U.S.
Yep.
Apparently, due to the spike of the coronavirus spreading, The app game Plague Inc. has seen a surge of downloads.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if somebody like commented something about it. I don't know what made the company issue this press release, or if they were just trying to get ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
But the creator of Plague Inc., Endemic, had to release a press statement that said you should not use this app game that you play on your smartphone to predict the movements of the coronavirus. They had to remind people it is not a scientific model. It is in fact a game that you play on your phone.
Now, be honest. Did you start playing? Because I know you and I have both played this in the past. Did you start playing it again because of this virus?
No, I didn't. No.
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because somebody had posted it on Facebook.
Did you name it the coronavirus?
No,
I
just let it name whatever it wants to, and I think it keeps using PAX 12 or something like that. It's
okay.
It was tempting. I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie, but I did not go that far, and I have not started one in China. But I did do the next best thing. I went to India.
Apparently, they also had to issue the same statement during the 2014 Ebola outbreak.
Which I don't think I did that. I may have been playing it, but it was just a coincidence. I've played this game off and on for years.
Yeah.
In fact, I still have it on my original iPad mini. That's how long I've been playing this game.
Jeez. That's like back in, high school or something?
Mm-hmm. You know what? That might be on iOS 8 or 9. I forget where that thing got left off. It's been a while.
It's the original iPad era? It's probably 8.
iPad mini, which makes it even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably... It's got to be like 7 or 8, I think.
I think it is. I could go fire it up, but it takes too long.
Yeah, you'd be waiting about 10 minutes for that thing to start up.
I used to praise that thing for its long battery life and its superiority over my phone about responsiveness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that ended about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's so terrible.
It's honestly, it's crazy how far smartphones have come, like especially on the Android side of things, how far they've come as far as like the battery life and the responsiveness and everything goes.
Exactly.
And with the developer options too on the Android, there's ways that you can at least make it feel a little bit faster. I like to speed up the animation speed when I go in there. But So yeah, anyway, don't try to use Plague Inc. to predict the movements of the coronavirus or any future outbreaks that may occur sometime in the future.
Now, what's this interface? Do you see the screenshot of the interface that they have on this article?
I feel like it's probably like a tablet version of it.
I've never seen this interface before. I kind of like it.
It's either that or like the I think there's a Windows 10 version of it.
Oh, that might be.
Yeah. I think it's actually on Steam too.
God.
It wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so what else do you have?
Alrighty, so shifting gears to our second favorite tech company in the world because they have been dethroned. Long live AMD.
Because we love to rag on them.
Intel looks like they're finally going to release their Z490 chipset motherboards, or at least announcing them in May. But I find that very hard to believe that they waited that long. I feel like there is something to this that is delving deeper into their inability to produce chips or get something working, because there's too many rumors out there that said that these things were supposed to be at CES. And the fact that they're now just coming out, or at least planning to announce in May. How long is it going to be before these chips are actually out? Because if we're talking May, announcing motherboards and they don't release these till like June, Zen 3, Ryzen 4000 series desktop CPUs are supposed to be out in like late Q2 or Q3, sometime later this year.
Goodness.
It's how long has it been since they released 9th gen? It wasn't last year, it was the year before, am I right? Or was it last year?
I think so. It's been a while.
And
I know they released the KS last year, but
yeah, which was just magical binning and nonsense. It wasn't anything new.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, Intel being Intel, they completely redesigned the socket once again. So you cannot use your 300 series motherboards. So you Z370, Z390 people are screwed once again because they increased the pin count and they did a shift, a left socket shift of the pin orientation. So they're completely incompatible. So once again, Intel artificially segmenting their products just to sell more chipsets.
Another reason to go AMD if you guys are looking to build a computer anytime soon.
Yeah, because while not every single CPU might not be supported from day one, at least it's not AMD's fault. That's kind of on the motherboard vendors for not building the motherboards entirely up to snuff well enough to actually have the capacity to support that many chips. Now, AMD may have kind of ruined some of the earlier motherboards by adding all these cores, but who's going to complain to AMD for that? Because they finally got something that looks really, really good and gave Intel a run for their money. So I'm not going to lay that one at AMD's doorstep. And honestly, if you want a new motherboard with a new 4000 series CPU, you should probably just do that anyways instead of trying to get something else to work because you're asking for your own headaches there.
Yeah.
Intel could have made it work. They chose not to.
Yeah.
Because it's the same CPUs once more. It's the same node once more.
And I know we've talked about it before, but they did do one thing right this time.
Thank you. Yes.
Everything,
I almost forgot.
Everything from the Pentium on, every chip besides the Celerons that they're making has hyper-threading.
Thank you.
Which we suggested. I mean, not like they're listening to our podcast, but just saying, we suggested it a long time ago, and it's finally happening.
Finally.
Like, for real. It took them... We started saying this back when this podcast came out. Almost a year ago at this point. We got to figure out when the freaking anniversary date of this podcast is so we can do a year episode. We may have already passed it. I don't even know.
No, it's in February, I think.
Okay. Well, anyway, we got to figure that out. But yeah, we've been saying it basically since the beginning of this podcast, and it's taken them from... I think we were in the 8000 series at that point. They must have released the 9000 series last year. I think they did.
Oh, I don't remember. I'm going to figure it out though. Because I feel like it was October of 2018, but I could be wrong on so many levels with that.
Let's see, the 9900K.
Okay, so some of them were done in Q2 19.
Yeah.
A lot of them were done Q4 18. The 9700K, 9900K, is Q4 2018.
Okay, well, still.
So it's been a year.
We were in the 9000 series at that point, but at the same time, David and I have been...
Well, we've been saying it for a long
immersed
in
this tech hole for going on probably 3 or 4 years now.
Too long.
Yeah. So we've even before the podcast, we've been talking about it, but especially since we've started the podcast, we've been like hyper-threading, and they finally did it. Every single chip besides the Celerons, which I can completely understand, has hyper-threading. It's just sad because now my i7 7700K is going to have the same core count as a freaking i3.
Oh my god. You're gonna have the i3 10350K, which is an awful product name, by the way. 10350K. How are you supposed to say that? I'm okay with the 10900K or the 10980XE.
I don't know.
Those are somewhat okay.
Yeah.
But the 10350K with an i3 in front of that, how are you supposed to? It's disgusting.
See, their naming scheme is god awful because they have the 10100T and then the 10100 and then they skip the 10200 altogether. They just go straight to 10300 and then there's the 10320 and then the 10350. They could have, if they would have kept the 10200, they would have had 2 whole SKUs that they could have used.
And then it's just ugh.
Yeah.
So that's going to be better than your CPU and probably cost
less,
half.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, but I would still have to get a Z490.
Oh well, yeah. See, now they screwed you there because they won't make. They're not going to make you or anybody else that is on the 100 or 200 series motherboards a 6-core or 8-core chip that they obviously could do if they wanted to, because it's still the same chip.
Listen, I can get this thing all the way up to 5 gigahertz if I wanted to. I'm sure that I can handle even a 6-core chip. Exactly. Let alone the 10-core or the whatever the i7 is going to be.
You're not going to get it because they're not going to make it.
Nope.
Because they want you to move on to the next thing.
This is why you guys got to buy AMD. See, we didn't really. I mean, I guess when I updated, I probably could have gone with AMD, but that would have required getting a whole new motherboard anyway. So
and
for now, I'm just going to stick with what I've got.
I don't think it would have been worth. If Zen 2 had been out, then yes, it would have been worth it. But Zen 1 and Zen Plus, well, okay. For me, it was not so much as an upgrade, it was more of a side grade because it doesn't
with the
run
exception
any
of
faster.
You having 4 times the cores.
And that is where the upgrade is cha-ching. It was well worth it because I'm not editing these videos, guys, on that old CPU, let me tell you, because I'd be here for 4 hours. No joke. God.
For real.
And I can get it done in less than an hour.
Did you see that YouTube video that I put up the other day?
No.
Or 2 days ago?
Is that what you were working on, though? You were going to tell me what you were working on?
Yeah.
I gotta watch it, because I haven't yet.
It was a 15-minute video, and it took me 30 minutes to render.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
15-minute video. And yeah, I can have our hour-long videos up and rendered within the hour.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So sad.
I do have a lot more going on in that video than we do with the podcast videos, though. But that's besides the point. So anyway, yeah, that's Intel in a nutshell. They're screwing their customers yet again by changing over their motherboards and releasing new CPUs and fantastic. Good job, Intel. Mm-hmm. You got one thing right, and then you took 6 steps back.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
But, at least they're adding a couple of things, but,
Yeah, sure, I guess.
It's not enough to change motherboards. Update motherboards, yes.
Mm-mm.
Completely change the socket just because you want to? No. But whatever. Next.
Alright, so the last thing that I've got is this interesting little article about the hopefully upcoming, I don't want to say competitor, but I guess the article calls it a clone, but that's not necessarily what I want to call it. It's AirDrop for Android, basically. It's Wi-Fi file sharing. It looks super interesting, and I honestly been kind of jealous that what Android didn't already have something like that, because that would have made everybody's lives so much easier. Like you and mine, and me and my wife's, we could share pictures without having to text each other and lose half the quality because SMS is terrible. So yeah, it looks really, really interesting. I'm interested to see how well it works. Right now it's obviously in the beta stage. I think the article says it's already in the Google Play services on some devices. It's just not working yet. But yeah, it looks like an interesting little feature.
So what are they doing this with? Are they doing this with NFC, or are they running
No, it's over
Wi-Fi 6 or something that they want?
It's over Wi-Fi.
Okay.
It's over Wi-Fi like AirDrop is. It says that the setup happens over Bluetooth, and then it will happen. The actual file transfer will happen over Wi-Fi, even if you're not connected to Wi-Fi. I think it's I know you haven't set one up before, but when you set up a Google Home,
mm-hmm.
it gives off its own little Wi-Fi signal that your phone automatically connects to when you're doing the setup, and that's how you give it your Wi-Fi password and everything like that, and then from there it'll connect to the Wi-Fi, and you don't have to worry about it. So I assume that's kind of how this is going to work, where it's like a phone-to-phone Wi-Fi connection. So you don't necessarily have to be connected to an access point. But I could also be wrong, because there's not really any technical details shared yet, other than that the setup happens over Bluetooth, and then it transferred over to Wi-Fi for the actual file transfer. So just have to wait and see.
Is that basically is it the replacement to Android Beam, basically? Because they killed that in 10, so...
Yeah.
Is that what they're doing? Something else? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. I hope they get it working. I've never used AirDrop, but I've always felt like, based on what I know from it, it's been a much superior system to what we have to deal with.
Yeah.
Just like messages is a completely superior system to SMS, and I am so glad they finally got RCS working, at least in some compatibility.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's so nice to have it working.
We haven't had anything go missing since we've both gotten RCS.
Yeah, I know.
We all the time would lose messages, either my side or your side,
or
whatever.
It's ridiculous. We would both get mad at each other because we would send 4 or 5 messages with no reply. Mm-hmm. And then finally something went through 3 hours later. And then we were like, well, why didn't answer? Yep. I never got anything. And then we would send a screenshot of the 6 messages. And then we were like, I don't know what to tell you. It never came through.
Yep, exactly. We've not had anything like that happen since we got that switched over.
No, I think the most we've ever had done was when you accidentally knocked out your Wi-Fi and it didn't show up on my phone as delivered.
Yeah,
that one night. But
which I think that is something I think they need to work out just a little bit better. There is some issues that I've had where if RCS momentarily goes down for whatever reason, SMS does not pick up quickly enough and transition smoothly enough to not miss anything, because I have missed stuff.
Well, see, you shouldn't really have that big of an issue, because if the Wi-Fi disconnects, it should just reconnect through data.
It should, but it hasn't. Or I've had 1 or 2 sent to you as regular SMS, even though RCS should be on. But it hasn't happened in a few weeks, so maybe they did patch it or something. Yeah,
they probably fixed something. So that is it for the news articles that we've got. But before we continue on to the next section, we do want to talk a little bit about a news story that happened earlier this week as of time of recording. So what day was it? Monday? I believe it was Monday morning. Kobe Bryant and his daughter died in a helicopter crash. I'm still not really super into sports, but especially being a father now and like knowing him just as a pop culture icon, not even as a basketball player, but as like this ever looming presence in especially our like day and age of pop culture. It was just crazy to think that somebody I knew growing up just like died. It was so like I don't even know how to describe the feeling. It was just like it's such an awful thing to happen, obviously, but it's just it even hit me like even weirder, even worse than like when Robin Williams died. Like that was bad. And obviously everybody loves Robin Williams, but this for me just like hit a completely different way. And I don't know, it's just it was sad. It was crazy. I don't know.
I wonder if that has something to do with that paternal instinct that you are starting to, have been developing. But I'm seeing it more and more as the year goes on, and obviously Grayson gets a little older, and
yeah, it could. His daughter dying definitely. Like that definitely hits me too, because I know exactly what would be happening, like what would be going through, like her mom's mind and the siblings' mind and everything.
And that's the part I can't even fathom. It's like my like, significant other is gone. I will never see them again, and then they lose a child on the same blessed event.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh
like,
gosh,
I couldn't imagine it. I don't want to presume to say that I know what she's going through, but I can definitely, on at least some level, I understand what's going through her mind, you know?
Yeah.
But even before I knew that his daughter was in the crash too, just hearing that he had died in an extremely just like out of nowhere way. I don't know. It was really even today, it just doesn't, I don't know. It was really, really weird. Today's episode of Podcast Period is sponsored by, well, you. We've recently started a Patreon to help offset some of the costs of running the podcast, and you can be a part of it for as little as $1 a month. We have an exclusive Discord server, community events, a Minecraft server, and you can access episodes early as well. If you want to help out the show by throwing some money our way, just head to patreon.com/podcastperiod. Again, that's patreon.com/podcastperiod. Now back to the show. We're going to move on to the discussion portion of the podcast. David brought a topic. I brought a little bit of a topic. We'll go with mine first. David, are you going to watch the Super Bowl?
The chances of me watching the Super Bowl dropped significantly when the Titans lost to the Chiefs, because I did not see the season I saw the beginning of the season. I saw the writing on the wall. It went exactly as I had predicted, because I had no hope for them going into the preseason and the first few games of the actual season. Now, when they beat the Patriots, I was like, well, at least this year's Super Bowl, and you know what? Yes, I am going to watch it, because my first thought was, at least this year's Super Bowl is going to be fun to watch, because we're not going to have to go. Yes, exactly. We're not going to have to watch the Patriots play. And that's just going to make it more exciting right then and there, because I'm tired of seeing the Patriots win something. I'm tired of seeing Alabama beating somebody for some national championship in college football.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them did not get to the national championships this year. Didn't even get close. And I'm so happy about it. So yes, I will watch it just because it's not the Patriots. I was definitely would have been watching it had the Titans got the AFC championship, but it was not going to happen. But I was really happy when they beat the Patriots, and then I didn't see them beating the Ravens either. They beat the Ravens, so I was like, okay, we actually have a shot at this year. I'm so happy. I am happy to see that the Chiefs get to go back though. Mm-hmm. Even though they did knock out the Titans, they have not been 2-1 in over 50 years. So,
wow.
I think the last one, I think it was Super Bowl III, was the last time the Chiefs were in it.
Wow.
At least the Titans got to play
time.
in 99, so at least it's been something.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Green Bay and the Chiefs. I'm not sure how I feel about the 49ers, so even though the Chiefs won against the Titans and they took the AFC, I think I'll have to go for them. Because Mahomes, he's a damn good quarterback. I have to give him that credit. The kid knows what he's doing. And I'm glad to see somebody else besides like Tom Brady or Eli Manning or Peyton Manning. Somebody else is getting some recognition. And it's a fresh start, and I like it.
Yeah, this is the first Super Bowl in a long time that I've I mean, I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I hate sports. I'm probably not going to watch the Super Bowl, but at least as somebody who's like immersed in pop culture on a regular basis, this is the first Super Bowl in a long time that I haven't heard something about the Patriots going into it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So
I'm happy about that.
It's nice to not see that, at least. Oh, there goes the train. Nice timing. Thanks, guys.
What I want, as always, every year, I want some, and I've been disappointed the last few years, so please make it up to me, guys. I want some good Super Bowl ads this year.
Yeah, see, that would be the one reason why I would watch it, but the last, I mean, it's been a good while since I've actually sat down and watched the Super Bowl, but even the last time, the ads were just, they were awful.
Yeah,
I
wasn't happy.
Not good.
I'm off this year too. I don't think I've been off for one in a while, so I'm happy
I'm
about that too.
I'm 7-3 for this one. So
when's kickoff?
But that's this coming Sunday, isn't it?
Yes, it's this Sunday.
Yeah, I'm 7-3. So maybe it'll be on in the background. Who knows?
Whatever. But
yeah,
that takes care of that.
Okay, so what did you have for discussion?
So we kind of praised them as far as the CPU side of things goes, but AMD definitely dropped the ball on their new 5600 XT.
Yes,
My apologies. And this is totally something that you can lay at their doorstep, and I quite frankly do not understand why. What gain is there? I don't think it was a necessary card. I don't think people are asking for cheap AMD options. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's the side of the market people are wanting. I think people want 5900 XTs or whatever, and big navy, like something to go after NVIDIA's top end stuff. Because the bottom end, I think, is... And NVIDIA's crowded it so dang much that you get $20 between models and you get like 10, 20, 30% differences between a $60 to $70 performance bracket if you're not careful with them, because they've crowded that in so much. But to release a card, fully validated card, to all the reviewers and have them test it, and then go back and say, oh, no, this isn't what we're doing. Here's a new VBIOS. Test it again. Okay, fine. 10, 12% performance increase. It sounds wonderful. Until you realize that the reason they changed the VBIOS isn't because the testers and all the reviewers had like pre-production models and they were getting new updated firmware that everybody was going to have, and free performance was unlocked. Oh goody, that's great, that's perfect. Half the cards are already gone at this point. They've already been shipped, they've been produced, they've been shipped, and they have the old VBIOS on them. So now,
which means people who are buying this stuff that either don't know how to do it or don't know anything about that sort of thing are going to be stuck on this old VBIOS that essentially leaves them like losing out on this 10 to 12% performance boost, which in today's terms, as far as graphics technology goes, is a lot.
2-3%, that's rounding. 10, 15%. That's
like
pretty
literally
significant.
It's like literally almost a jump from like say a 2060 to a 2070, basically. It's ridiculous. Pretty bad. Like David said, if it was more an issue of, you know, these are pre-production units we gave you guys, we should have. We're sorry we didn't have this VBIOS ready, but this is what everybody's going to get. That's one thing. I'm sure that's happened plenty of times.
And that has happened plenty of times. Specifically not because of VBIOS stuff. It's usually last-minute drivers. And that's something that almost anybody, at least anybody that's comparable in anything computer-related,
anybody that's going to buy a graphics card personally knows that they have to install drivers. Like, I'm pretty well into the tech scene, and I have no idea how to update the VBIOS on my graphics card.
And
I'm sure I could figure. Yeah,
I'm sure both you and I could easily figure it out.
I'm sure I'm sure we could figure it out if we Googled it, but it's not something that even people who, like David and I, who are like super into tech would normally know how to do. So especially if somebody is going to be like building their first computer or buying a graphics card for their kid or whatever, it's not going to happen.
No, that's crazy. So
yeah,
they completely screwed the pooch on that. Not only are there reviewers out there advertising and reviewing cards that potentially could have 10 to 12% more performance than other people, the other issue with this is the fact that these cards were tested, validated, and passed at a lower spec, and now the new official spec from AMD has got these cards that the vendors who are actually going back and reflashing these now have a bunch of cards that are failing the new specification. So let's say one of us does get a hold of this card and you actually know how to flash the VBIOS and you get the extra performance out of it. Well, if your card wasn't up to snuff on this new specification, now you have a card that could potentially fail validation at the factory and it never would have made it to you. Now you have it, you upgraded it. How is somebody supposed to diagnose that type of problem?
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of RMA issue is that?
And you don't know. Exactly. You don't know if it's going to be covered under like a warranty anymore, since this is. There's no way to prove that you updated it to an official BIOS if you send them back a bricked card.
Which is exactly what can happen.
Mm-hmm.
If everything goes wrong, you've bricked your card and it's totally garbage at this point. It's a fancy paperweight.
For all they know, you went to some like shady Russian website and downloaded something and then tried to install that on your card.
Or you accidentally got the wrong version. You pulled the VBIOS for an MSI card on their Gaming X when you needed the Ventus card or something. There's too many models out there that can happen on. It's easy to do. Drivers are easy. They're almost supported for anything.
Pretty much,
the card knows how to adopt which one you need.
You don't need to worry about your graphics card vendor or anything like that. You just need to know whether you've got an NVIDIA card, what series you've got. You go to their website, you download it, and it does everything itself.
Exactly.
That's it.
So that's a colossal mess. That's all AMD's fault.
Mm-hmm.
They keep shooting themselves in the foot. The minute we give them something good, or they give us something good, and we can praise them for something, they turn around and they shoot themselves in the foot. Somebody needs to take the gun out of their hands, because they've done this like 3 or 4 times now with this new set of graphics cards that they're sending out. If it's not drivers they're screwing up, it's VBIOS. And this one is definitely worse than drivers.
Oh yeah, easily. All right, so the last section of the podcast we've got is the trailers portion. We've got 4 trailers that we're going to watch. We're going to react to all of them, and we'll let you know whether or not we think we're gonna give it a watch whenever we can find the time to watch it. So the first one we've got is for Black Widow.
I was trying to do something good. You're more than just a trained killer.
You're fooling yourself. We are still both trained killers.
I am so excited to see this.
Yeah, it looks super interesting.
I wonder why they waited so long to give a... Well, maybe it's just because I haven't seen all the movies. Have they done like a really good backstory for Black Widow yet? Or is this going to be it?
No, the first time you see her is in like Iron Man 2. But she's given like pretty much no backstory other than that she's part of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's it.
Okay, so I am up to date on that because I did finally watch
pretty
Iron
much.
Man 2.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
The only thing that I don't like is her sister's terrible attempt at a Russian accent.
Kind of like the old Black Widow days.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that she dropped the accent, and I'm glad Scarlet Widow dropped her accent too, because that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, this is only like a 1 movie thing, so hopefully we won't have to endure it for too long, but
we'll see.
Whoever keeps okaying these actors' accents is just not making good decisions.
When's this coming out?
It says expected release date May 1st, 2020.
Oh, goody.
So
we should be able to... Well, I don't know. It'll be gone by then.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, well. I was going to say, we put that on the summer watch list for when we're down there. I'm down there.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one we've got is X-Men: The New Mutants.
You're not alone. Not anymore. Do you know what mutants are?
Is she the same? And I could totally be wrong here, but it can't be. Is this the same girl that was in Logan? That's a different universe, is it not?
No. I don't think it's the same girl that was in Logan. The girl that was in Logan was like a Latina girl.
Okay, no, never mind. Like I said, I didn't think it was, but...
No, it's the same universe, technically, but Logan happens, like, way, way, way in the future.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. Yep, never mind. Figured I said that. What do you think of the actual trailer, though?
It looks interesting. This is probably something that I'm gonna wait to see when it's out on, like, Amazon Rental or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that I'm going to be like barking down the doors to go see in a movie theater.
Yeah, I feel ya.
Yeah, especially after the fiasco that was Dark Phoenix. Not that I ever went to go see that movie because I heard it was awful, but yeah. They were doing so good with all the other X-Men movies too, especially Logan. Logan was mwah. That was good.
I like that one.
Okay, so next we've got Guns Akimbo.
Another schism.
Schism picked random psychos, weirdos, and criminals and made them fight each other to the death. So the internet loved it. And then I came into the picture.
Oh boy.
That looks really funny, actually.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It kind of reminds me of the way the Zombieland trailer played out, of the Zombieland 2 trailer.
That's exactly
honestly.
What I was going to akin it to. I was going to say that reminds me a lot of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously different, but it looks just as funny.
Oh yeah, This is another one that I'm probably going to wait to see on rental, but that's only because, I don't get out enough to go to a movie theater anyway. But still, I'm very interested. I'm very interested in this movie.
This would have been like a must-see for us to go to the movies and watch. So
yeah, if we still live in the same state,
yeah, exactly.
Then yeah.
Okay.
Does it have a release date? February 28th, 2020.
Yeah, well, it'll definitely be out by the time we get down there.
Yeah, it may be out
probably
on
be on
rental
Amazon by then. Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
All right. The very, very last one that we've got is the trailer for A Quiet Place 2.
I've never seen the first one, so I don't know what this is about.
First one is good. You should watch it.
I don't know why he came all the way up here. He won't survive.
There are people out there. People worth saving.
Okay.
Do you remember kind of what it was about now? I know you said you didn't see it, but you remember that whole Bird Box thing that was going on? The Bird Box, and there was some other movie that was kind of like it?
I know the Bird Box.
Yeah, this was the movie that started that, where the monsters can only they track by sound, but they're blind.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at least in this case, you actually get to see what it is, because
Mm-hmm.
you never get to see anything in a Bird Box.
No, you don't. But that's probably because it was an ultra low budget movie with Sandra Bullock of all people in it.
Only good for driving buses.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Oh, I don't know about that one. That might be outside of my wheelhouse on that one.
I think if you watch the first one, you'll be into this second one, because this looks really good to me. I'm excited. Even Nicole liked the first one. She watched it with me.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Saying something.
That is saying something. Alright, I might have to give the first one a try then and see.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's really good.
Is it the same? I'm assuming it's different monsters, because how would the monsters be back? So
it's the same monsters. They don't get rid of them in the first one.
So they just randomly
the first movie is not. No, the first you'll have to watch the first movie.
Okay.
It's not about getting rid of the monsters. It's more of a survival story about this family.
Okay.
And it's got that dude from The Office in it too. So
Okay.
John Krasinski,
Okay.
who actually I think he wrote and directed the first one, and then wrote and directed this one too.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, all right, guys, that is where we're going to leave it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to leave a rating on whatever podcast platform you're listening on, and we will see you guys next episode. Bye.
Bye, guys. This episode of Podcast Period was produced and hosted by Ben, co-hosted and edited by David. You can find Ben on Twitter at BenPlaysVidjas. That's Ben Plays VIDYAS. And you can find David at car6by16. You can find the show on Twitter at podcastperiod, or email us at podcastperiod@gmail.com. That's it for this week. Thanks for listening.
This was a Nerdgasm podcast production.
Well, that was another in a long series of regrettable life choices.
Served at nerdgasmpodcast.com.